Good morning, everyone. Today is the 31st of October. It is a Friday. We're about halfway through the trading session right now. And I wanted to go over my daily bias real quick and just talk to you about what I'm thinking just halfway through this session. Because this session is a little wacky, I'd say. Actually, I don't want to say that, but it ended up playing out in what I wanted to, but we didn't have confirmation of it. So there hasn't been any setups yet, but I still wanted to just go over this. So going into the morning, as you can see, we had all this chop and then we had a breakout higher. And then this just looks like a clear PDI. And when I saw this, I saw we had all this low resistance liquidity below, and I was like, okay, these are very clear targets. We don't have an unfilled gap, so it's not a super strong draw on liquidity, but all of this low resistance liquidity here, like I feel like this is just going to get ran. But we didn't have anything confirming that yet. On the 15-minute chart, we hadn't inversed this yet. But the thing is that we have this 1 hour. This 1 hour was like the final condition that I needed to see for us to actually be bearish. And obviously, we're not going to get that close until 10 a.m. So it's like, how am I supposed to figure out if we're going to be bearish here before 10 a.m.? And so we ended up there inverting this 30-minute at market open and then having this dump. But this 30-minute, like I said, is not the highest time frame condition, so we could easily respect this 1 hour and then continue higher. But yeah, just because of the liquidity, I wanted to be bearish, but I would have to technically say that I am going to be bullish because of the fact that we could maybe come down, sweep London low, and then continue higher to this internal high, all of these stacked highs above, this 1 hour internal high, or 30-minute internal high, unfilled in 1 hour. Also because of the fact that we are at all-time highs. You can see that we're still trading near all-time highs. And before this candle looked like this, it was actually up here. So that is why I said I was going to be bullish, even though I technically wanted to be bearish here, just because this looks textbook in the forms of a PDI. Like this is just clearly accumulation, the manipulation higher. It didn't sweep out a gap, and this is another reason why I didn't have 100% confidence and didn't want to say I was bearish, because we didn't leave an SMT with this internal high, but we had that manipulation, and then obviously we're getting that distribution. But yeah, so now what I'm looking for going into the rest of this session, obviously we're going to wait for 10 a.m. open. We have that in about 8 minutes because there's nothing super clear right now. There was one setup that I would have taken if it did end up inversing, and it was this 1 minute right here. As you can see, we came down, we swept London lows, and then we had this 1 minute inversion right here to the unfilled 5 minute, but we ended up not getting that. So right now, looks like we're going to come up and tap this 5 minute, just formed. How we react to that could end up sending us lower or not. Looks like we're just kind of chopping around right now. But once this 4 hour gets inversed, and then also the confirmation of that 1 hour, I probably won't be looking to long anymore, just because we have this entire wick that we need to rebalance. We still have new week opening gap. We still have new week opening low and high. Sorry, what am I saying? But I feel like this is a pretty strong draw all the way down here. It's just, will we go to this today? Probably not, because this is super far. But I think overall this will be the higher time frame draw, because we just ripped with our retracement this entire week, and I think we're due for a rebalance. Which, have we rebalanced this range yet? We haven't. We haven't even rebalanced this range yet. So, yep, that's what I'm looking for. And we're gonna see what the session gives us. All right, so we had our first trade idea of the morning, which I did not take for a couple different reasons, but I'll just go over it real quick anyway. It's probably going to end up getting a break even anyway. But so we have this 30-second inversion. We came down and we tapped equilibrium of this entire range, and you can see that we literally just tapped it and then immediately respected it and then got the rejection off of it, which this is very very healthy, very clean. And this is exactly what you want to see. You don't want to see chop like up here when it comes to an inverse, especially off of a higher time frame level. And so yeah, you can see on this 1 hour range, we tapped it and then immediately respected it. This is on the 1 hour. And so yeah, we have this 30-second inversion, and it kind of looks like a PDI too, because we had all this accumulation, we manipulated lower, hit the key level, and then respected it. We have all this low resistance above, we have the 15-minute above. But the reason that I faded this is because one, we have another 30-second up here, and so that means that there's two 30-seconds in this leg, and I guess you could enter right here, but if you did, that just completely ruins the risk to reward on this trade, and it makes it a break-even trade also, as you can see. And then also, I just literally said this right before, we inverted this 1 hour, we inverted this 4 hour. I'm not bullish anymore, so I don't even want to be taking a trade that's not in the direction of my draw, and so that's why I faded this trade. All right, guys, so the session is about coming to an end now. We got 8 minutes until 11, and based off of what I'm seeing right now, it's looking like price is just going to be, I don't even know, stagnant for the rest of the day. But there's just nothing else that I want to see, potentially like setup wise. So we're going to go over kind of what the rest of the session looked like. And that being that we just continued to chop around like throughout the majority of 10 a.m. We kind of had this run higher, and we ended up rebalancing this entire range, which looked nice. There was one trade that I saw potentially, but like the more I thought about it, it was like, no, this is probably not going to be good anyway. And it was like a 5-minute mech model, but yeah, I just ended up not taking it. But I did see a couple people take this 1 minute right here, and my thoughts on this 1 minute, I saw this, but I really didn't like, one, the displacement of this candle coming down. Yes, we did soup this low, and I mean, this looks all right, but this still just isn't a super significant sweep, because if anything, this 30-second was better because we had just tapped equilibrium of the range, and that gives us the confirmation of higher time frame liquidity sweep, and then getting that distribution to go higher. And so it made more sense there, whereas here you're just resweeping a low. And yes, I mean, like, that looks all right, and there was like this low resistance liquidity here that all got swept, but one, equilibrium I don't think is as strong of a key level. Obviously it did play out today, but I just wouldn't put money on the table for a trade like this when, one, we're already bearish because of the confirmation that we got in the higher time frame, and two, it's Friday and it's getting like in the later part of the session. It took actually a healthy amount of candles for this to close, but I just don't think that this was worth putting money on because of the fact that also, like, one, we're bearish, we're inside this choppy range. Maybe if there's a fair value gap down here and it closed better, but I don't like the key level. The target was all right, the 15-minute, but then again, I did not like it, and so I faded that. But everyone trades differently, so if you thought it was good, you thought it was good, it played out. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. And so that's going to be it. That's about it for the entire session. Obviously nothing crazy today or this entire week. This week was really mid, honestly. I took a trade on Monday and Tuesday, and they were both like pretty bad trades, not going to lie. And so honestly should have just taken 0 trades this week. So all the people that took this week off made a smart decision with that, and hopefully next week going into November we have a little bit better price action, because yeah, this is just atrocious and it's been like this for days now. So yep, that's gonna be it for today. Have a good weekend, y'all.